What's up, Sagittarius? It's your girl, Ivy Ladone, your fitness mystic, and today we are discovering what you are transforming in the month of March 2024. My friends, if you're into these kinds of videos, I ask that you please give this video a like because it tells me that you do, and I'll just continue to make more. Also, I should state that next month you are eligible to receive a free reading at the end of these general readings if you do three things. Number one, if you're subscribed or following this channel. Number two, if you like this video. And number three, if you leave your name below in the comments, because that way I can shout you out. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, Sagittarius. Let's do this. Let me fix myself first. My God, I'm a little bit of a hot mess. Highest vibrational messages for the sign Sagittarius. Let's do this. What is Sagittarius transforming? What is Sagittarius transforming in the month of March 2024? Thank you for these messages. All right, Sagittarius, let's see. How are we doing? I just want to say that I take, I take things seriously when I perform these readings. We are opening up ourselves literally to the quantum science, quantum physics, so potentiality essentially. And so I just want to share. Okay, that didn't come out. I just want to share that right before your reading, I felt the need to, well, first of all, I had an obligation to make right before this meeting, or right before this reading, I had a certain meeting, and then I had to use the bathroom, and then I had to get something, and then I had, so just sharing this in case you're feeling like maybe there's a lot of things that you have to attend to, or like there's a lot of things maybe that they're in the way right now that you have to just take care of, or responsibilities, or it's that feeling like you want to do something, but like, oh my God, I have to take care of this first. Give me a second, or like I'm a little delayed, or take what resonates. But I felt that right before your reading. I'm like, can I just get to the reading already? Okay. Hi, how you doing, Sag? Okay, we got one card that came out. We're also going to read the bottom of the deck for you. Also looking at the clock right away as I looked up that moment, just to look up for whatever reason, because it was directly at the clock. 222. 222? Anybody? Anything? Okay. Take what resonates. Number two is the number of partnership. It's the number of the divine energetics, so like the feminine and the masculine, right? The balancing of that, the mirroring yourself, your inner self, right? As within, so without, as above, so below, that kind of concept. So take what resonates. Also, 222 comes out to a 6. So 6 in numerology is like going up and down into itself. So it's like that hermit mode. 6 in astrology is the house of daily routines and also health. Just putting all that info out there. Okay, just catch what resonates and what doesn't. Just be like, okay, thanks. All right. The card that comes through for you is number 12, and this is bearing fruit. All right. So this is actually a sacral energy card. The sacral energy is located 2 inches below your belly button, and that is the center point, or the chakra energy, because when we look at your chakra system, it's basically looking at your energetic field. So when we look at your sacral, we're really looking at the way that you are connected or not to your own sexuality, your life force. How authentic are you expressing and living as you, right? And also that ties into your creative expression, because the sacral connects to, it's a water element, so it's about your emotions, your creativity, right? How you express yourself creatively speaking through that emotional intelligence. So it's all about that. 12, 1 and 2 together is a 3. So you have a 12 here, but a 3 is about the creativity, creation, right? The child. And also this card is about bearing fruit. So like, yes, it's right up that alley, like creating something. It's bearing fruit. So something in March 2024 for you, Sagittarius, there's an opportunity for you to start working on your creative expression, your creativity. And I just want to say that you're a Sag, so like you're naturally creative. And if you're thinking really hard on this and you're like, I'm not creative, I don't draw, I don't dance, I don't sing, I don't perform, I'm not, there's many ways to be creative. That's one way to look at things. Maybe that's an artistic expression, but that doesn't mean that's the only way to be creative. Um, so just sharing with you. And so there's an opportunity in March 2024 for you to start to see the fruits of your labor, all the things that you've been putting in work. You're starting to see that. And I think that's going to contribute to the creativity within you, your emotional intelligence and all of that. But you're going to start to see the things that you've been putting in work, they're going to start to grow. They're going to start to ripen. They're going to start to come back to you. There may be things just showing up now that you've probably been working on for years, or maybe earlier this year, or maybe last year, or for months, or again for years. And you're just like, oh my God. And now is when you're finally starting to see them. And I want to say that just ties in with the energetics of this beautiful divine design. Meaning, whether you are in the eastern, western, northern, southern hemisphere, okay, there are spring equinoxes and then there are autumn equinoxes. Okay, what's that to say? When one side of the world is starting a new, fresh, awakening, birthing, another one is slowly decaying and withering and transitioning. So either way, there is always some form of bearing fruit. But in this time frame, specifically if you're like in the United States, in the Northern Hemisphere, it's springtime. So you're bearing fruit. That's really cool. Okay. Bottom of the deck is number 8. And this is also another sacral energy card. So this is interesting. So for the month of March, for sure, there's highlight and focus on your sacral energy. So the area of creativity, the area of your sexuality. And I want to just say this. Your sexuality is the way that you come forward and express yourself authentically. Do you see how many people are fighting to identify or to not, right? Like their sexuality, to have maybe no identity in that regard, or to not be boxed in, but to feel into that expression as they are. So that's actually kind of really how I see the sacral energy. It's more like, it doesn't matter if you're feminine or masculine. It's just like, yeah, whatever you are, that you are that, and you are embracing that to like the most fullest, expression, and that you are connected to the life force of it, not just the perverted sexual way of it. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about your life force. Like, you're connected to your own connection to life and the force and the creation powers of it. Because what happens when you have sex? There's creativity there. It's creation. So sex, creation, creativity, okay? This is just science. And this is not being at all like in any perverse way. Okay, I think you understand that, or understand that, because you're a Sagittarius. Number 8, you have here number 8, you have 3, you have 8. Really interesting, because you have creative numbers, a lot of things about creativity for this month for you, Sagittarius. And then also number 8 is, an infinite number. So to me personally, when you ask me about the number 8, it holds a very significant vibration, because it ties the past, the present, and the future at the same time. It's like a vibration. Like, it's like if you're in an elevator and you get off on the 8th floor, like you step off on the 8th floor and you're like, whoa, I see my childhood myself right now, and I see my future self, and it's like, what is this place? And it's that feeling. So when I bring up, or when this card comes forward, I should say, because I love this card, but take a look at it. When this card comes forward, it's into me, I see. The number 8 as well, like it's infinite. So like you're seeing yourself now in this now moment. This now moment is a part of your past, because the part of you in the past, I mean, it existed, and you're here today because parts of that past had to exist to bring you here. Where you're going is not exactly where you are yet, but you are building that, and that part of you is still somehow connected to that past self. So into you see is like you seeing all parts of you. So the bearing fruit in this month is contributing to your success of seeing yourself in this new way. This new way is like in a very intimate way, because this is the sacral energy, and the sacral is about the womb. Whether you're a man or female, it's about that center point of like connection to, again, this rawness of life force. So in the month of March, to wrap this up for you so that you can really understand what's happening, in the month of March 2024, what you're transforming is how your ability, wow, it's just all of this to say this. This month, you're being gifted the opportunity to see yourself in this new worth, in this new light. And I don't want to call it like the light where it's like super out there, like in fashion, like where you're like, oh my God, this is a grand awakening. What is happening? Wow. It's not even so much of that. It's a more introverted, introspected, really deep, internalized awakening. But it's like you're seeing it in a very nurturing self. There's a lot of feminine energy in this reading. So it's about almost like you're connecting to that emotional intelligence aspect of yourself, and you're growing. And the bearing of the fruit is actually you bearing this new capacity within yourself, this new emotional intelligence. Like Sagittarius, you've met new level, you know, in your emotions, upgrade. And it's through the process of all the work that you've been putting in. Because this card is just saying for this month, it's like, okay, Sag, you're just going to bear fruit. You're just going to win it all. You're going to gain it this month. Basically, if like the card could just speak, it'd be like, oh, this month you're just going to finally be able to receive all of the things that you've been working towards. You're going to start to see like, that's not going to work. Never. Don't do that. Stop wasting your time. That's an answer. Thanks. Okay. That fruit wasn't fruitful. So like chop it off the tree before it gets toxic and it weighs it down. Thanks. That's a good answer. This one, you've finally been putting a lot of work in this. We are not only granting this, but we want you to be a part of this ASAP. Oh, wow. Okay. Hey, this thing you thought about doing, but like you weren't sure of, but you know what? You called it with your energy. So guess what? Now they're calling you and you're like, oh my God, I was just thinking about them, but like I wasn't serious, but now they're reaching out to you. You know, you've been putting the work on your fitness, and all of a sudden you've been really wanting to be more involved with fitness, and all of a sudden someone's like, hey, do you teach classes? Like, I want to learn how you got that way. Like, you're bearing fruit after all this time. It's now like boom. So that's what the card is basically saying, like, hey, just watch out for that. But I also want to let you know that as you are doing that, that's contributing to seeing yourself in this new way. Like, you are gaining this emotional intelligence about yourself that you're like, holy cow, I am so capable. I am so willing. I am so boss. Like, I can do this. I'm so wonderful. I'm so gifted. I'm so like, this is incredible. Like, and this is all coming from within you. So you're having this introspective, you know, moment of seeing yourself in this new light, new way. And you're grateful because everything that you have gotten at this point and everything that you're going to claim and have is a matter of you and how you're designed and what you've been doing. So it's like both, like, this is a great month. You're seeing the fruits of your labor externally, and then you're also feeling that within you, and you're like, wow, like, I can do this. I can do this, Sag. Like, this is you telling yourself, like, I can do this. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you can do this. Do I need to remind you that you are Jupiterian ruled? The biggest, I would say biggest daddy. Because it's true. You got the biggest daddy planet supporting you in the solar system. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Sagittarius, what do I recommend for you for this month to help you, like, really amplify seeing that and, like, helping that happen a little maybe smoother, or gaining more flow, right? Or helping overall? Okay, well, we're looking at how you can go a little bit more inwards, seeing yourself in a new way, right? Sometimes that can be assisted by going more quiet, more grounding exercises, right? Internalizing a little bit, introspecting a little bit. So if that's your tea and you're like, oh, I'm into like this whole like meditation and journaling and breath work and all of that, I highly recommend for you to consider checking out Intuitive Stretch. It's a 45-minute meditation and motion practice that I developed throughout the quarantine for my clientele while I was living in New York. And I decided to host this online. So I'm offering some classes online here on this channel. They may be a little bit outdated. So if you're looking into a more updated class, check out the page on YouTube. It has its own channel and it's called Intuitive Stretch. You can check that out as well. And if you're into movement and you're like, I love the stretch, but like, I can do some movement. I'm into more music, more up vibes. I want, like, you know, a lot of movement, strength training, workouts, dance cardio, dancing, all of the stuff. then check out the channel. You will definitely find some workouts here. You'll definitely find some steps, workouts, dance cardio, strength training, all the things to help you have flow within you, so that way you can also not only create that flow from within, but start to also see that and experience that externally from you. So if this resonates, Sagittarius, make sure to give this a like, because it tells me that it does, and I'll make more. Maybe share it with another Sagittarius that you think may resonate with this. And until the next time, I'll see you then. Bye, Sag.